All right, how's it going, everybody? I'm Brad, that's McCall, that's Sydney and Cy. They'll be in frame here soon, but this is our customer pain report on Disney, and as you can see, the title is Trouble in Paradise. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's get further into it, Cy. We're going to be talking about our customer persona, which is all based around Sydney Butler. We call it the maximum thrill seeker, and this is someone that goes to Disney on occasion, not too often, but when they do, they want to make the most of it and enhance their value and experience altogether. So as you can see, Sydney is a 26-year-old female. She's a full-time student here in the MBA program, as well as working as a marketing specialist and some time down at the Kobe Career Services. She is an outgoing, personable person, loves doing anything outdoors, and she enjoys entertainment of all kinds, like going, like I said, outside, going to parks, movies, theater, all the fine arts and just the finer things of life, right? So that's what we really focused on. She's willing to spend money on things that she values, and so Disney, when she's there, like I said, she's willing to spend some extra dollar there to make her experience and go as best and smoothly as it can. So with that, I'll pass it over to some pain points.
All right, so my determined pain point when I go to Disneyland is, we all know it's really congested and really crowded, and that's just something that you deal with, but there was something I picked up on the last time I went to Disneyland that was a little more than just your normal crowd of people. So that is the congestion of too many strollers in Disneyland itself. So this pain point arises basically as soon as you enter the park, but specifically in pinch points. There are different, sections of the sidewalk in Disneyland that get a little smaller than the big, wide main street. And so as those pinch points kind of come together, the people who have strollers are literally creating quite literally a blockade, and you can't go anywhere. Furthermore, there's big stroller parking areas near the entrance to large attractions so that people with strollers can park them while they go on the ride, and that also creates a massive congestion of people and their big giant stroller right by the entrance of the ride. Pain again comes from, you can kind of navigate, if there's a big crowd of people, you can slip through them. If it's a stroller, you can't just hop over a stroller, so it creates quite the pain point. And then who sees the most value in fixing this pain point, I think, is twofold. Not only would it make my experience and everybody who doesn't have a stroller's experience a little more enjoyable and easy to navigate the park, but also families with strollers probably feel the same pain of trying to navigate through these massive crowds of people with this big thing on wheels while navigating with all these other children that aren't in the stroller. So it would definitely benefit everybody who's at Disneyland, whether they have a stroller or not.
Our team's solution to the pain point of congested stroller traffic is to add a dedicated stroller lane to the walkways in the park. Dedicated stroller lanes are similar to that of bike lanes on roads, removing congestion from the middle of the walkway. As you can see from the storyboard, the first image what Sydney experienced was a lot of strollers, and and due to the strollers, she couldn't even get to go to her favorite ride or maybe cause pain while waiting in line for the ride. So the solution we came up is to have a dedicated stroller lane that will streamline the entire walkway traffic, have a dedicated lane for walking as well as stroller lane. And in that way, the entire problem can be solved and everybody can have a great time in Disneyland. Thank you.
That's pretty.
3, 2, 1.
So I thank you for that wonderful graphic. And next up, we have a very powerful project management tool called the PMA1. And I'm going to be talking about the key takeaways from this regarding the stroller lane project for Disneyland. So first of all, project scope. The scope of the project that we are proposing is the design, research, and implementation of stroller lanes throughout the Disneyland park. Next up, it encompasses the research plan. So how beneficial will stroller lanes be, and how do we make sure that our guests are actually able to use and benefit from these proposed stroller lanes? And lastly, viability. Does Disneyland have the capacity to build stroller lanes throughout the park? Do we have the space? Do we have the money? And how useful would these be once constructed, along with ongoing maintenance and a plan for the future? All of these things encompass the project scope for this Disneyland stroller lanes. And we think that it would be an excellent idea for Disney to implement these to lower customer frustration and increase traffic flow throughout the park. Thank you.